I'm going to tell you a funny story. I used to have five offices for my business, and one of them was actually right here, what you see on screen. It's in a place called Parque Lleras, which is in Medellin, Colombia. And it's here where it says plus. This was my office. Or I think it was the plus office, maybe the one next to it, I'm not sure. And I rented this office, and I was doing events like a travel club where foreigners would come and we would go somewhere on like a day trip. And the reason why was because I was going on day trips all the time. I was like, might as well get someone else to pay for it. So I rented this office out, and then one day I got a letter, after a few months from the owner of the office. They were trying to evict me. They wanted to kick me out. And they didn't give a reason why they wanted me to leave. They make up a reason why. So the law in Colombia is they can kick you out if the landlord wants to occupy the office. So they wrote me a letter saying that they wanted to take occupancy of the office, and I was like, I spent so much money redecorating it, redid all the floors, everything was really nice, and the floors were ugly. The original floors were ugly because it was like all the tile was ripped up and stuff like that. So I said no. I'm not going to leave. Maybe they didn't use the law first about how they wanted to take occupancy. So then he said, they sent a letter saying they want to take occupancy, and the law says if they want to take occupancy, they can take the office. I said, okay, yeah, I guess we're going to give up the office. So I told my staff we're going to give up the office. We only had five employees in this office, and I had five other locations. I had five total, and we pulled up the floor. The floor that I put down was not a permanent floor. And then after we left, the place was ugly. I stopped by to see who moved in. It was just empty, and you could see the floor was all ugly and the door was open, and I don't remember. What, we used the flooring in another office in another part of town because I also had an English school. I had more than two locations. Actually, this was the third location with the English school. So they sent us a letter demanding that we move back in. And I was like, no, I'm not moving back. And I already rented another office. And they're not even expensive. You pay like $250 a month or something. So the other office, we moved the English school. We actually had two offices in the same building because you should have seen this office. It was absolutely beautiful. And we had like this huge, like we had the window going all the way across, big sign on a major thoroughfare, English school. Well, guess what? The mayor of the district owned an English school, and he wanted to kick me out. And he came after me because what he did was he changed the law. The mayor literally did this. He changed the law saying that if you want to have an English school, you have to have a certain license or something like that, which I didn't have. And I asked, my peeps, and they said, no, you don't have to have the license, but they changed the law, so now you have to have the license. You have to be accredited or whatever. So he thought I was going to move out. Well, surprise, surprise. My employee's brother also owned an English school. So I said, hey, I will sell you my English school with all the students. And I didn't make any money off of it. And he took over. And they couldn't kick him out. I remember the guy coming, like threatening to shut us down. He said, we're going to lock all your doors. I remember the guy coming and doing it. I was there when he did it. And I said, no, you're not going to lock my doors because the school is now an accredited school. They were so angry. They must have threatened the guy because my employee, they kidnapped his wife. It wasn't that time, it was a long time ago, but that's what they did. He lost his bar because he had a popular bar. They kidnapped his wife, and he had to give up his bar in order to get his wife back. That's the type of thing that went on in Colombia, in Medellin. So that's just a funny story. I got so many funny stories. This used to be the beer store used to be a very popular restaurant. It looks like it closed down. I think it was a Cuban restaurant, and it was the original restaurant in Parque Lleras. That's the park right there. You have to be careful because you get in these cabs and they will rob you. They call it Pasajero Millonario or something like that, like the $1 million ride. I don't remember what they call it. This road was actually open when I was there. You could drive through, but they closed the road off. And this is probably the tree where a bird pooped on me, which I took it as a really bad sign, and it ended up I was right. The employee did steal from me. It was a different guy, different. It was an American drug addict. It tells you something about what happens when you hire a drug addict. Okay, so that's my cute little story. Oh, I used to get great food over here. I don't remember what it was, but I remember it was really good. Some chick, some old lady selling whatever food item was. Because Colombia, the food is amazing everywhere, especially the palitos con queso. Oh my God. When, the first time my employee took me, he said, you're going to love this food so much. And he was right. I could eat palito con queso all day. Okay, so that's my story.